Hi everybody, welcome back to Cassandra's Plants. Today I wanted to do a little bit of a different video, start a new series of comparing my pothos collection with my philodendrons, which are basically equivalent plants, and they always get confused, and I always see loads of requests on Facebook for which one is which. So the first one in this series is probably the worst one of all of them, and it took me ages to actually get both plants and to see a real difference. So today we're starting with a Neon Pothos and a Lemon Lime Philodendron. Now that isn't a moonlight philodendron, it is a philodendron, almost like a Scandens version, or some people call it a lemon lime micans. It's still a philodendron any which way. So I'll let you have a look for a minute and see if you can tell which of the two plants here is which. Have a guess and I'll let you know if you're correct. So this is the pothos and this is the philodendron. Now I've just noticed there's a bit of a sad leaf in there that I didn't realise was there. But so the first of all, and I'll separate them a little bit so you can see where one starts and the other one finishes, is that the pothos has a lot more variation in the lemony lime colours in the leaves. So if I move this one out of the way for a minute, you can see. So this top one here is quite dark, and then these little ones underneath are a lot more lemony and a lot more bright. The natural light today is a bit rubbish because it's a bit grey outside, but you can see, and I'm sure that's down to how much light it gets and where it is, but compared to the micans or the Philodendron Lemon Lime, it is a vast difference. And they're also slightly different shades of lemon lime. This is more of a neon, well, that's why it's called a neon. This is a lot more neon, whereas that's more a muted lemon. Also on this one, and I've noticed on pothos more, you get a bit of sort of natural variegation, which is quite interesting, because obviously this, you know, you can get, and there's a little bit on that big leaf as well in the middle, which is quite cool because you certainly don't get that on the philodendron that I've noticed. So there are a couple of ways to identify, other than colours and things, which is a pothos and which is a philodendron. And I use this all the time now. Now I understood it. So on here, you can see that these leaves are elongated hearts. They're not the nice rounded sort of Valentine's-y, if you were drawing them as a kid shaped hearts, like perfect. They're long, and even the bigger, more mature leaves in the middle, if I flatten this one out, it's not perfect shape, and it's certainly not, it's still slightly elongated and they're longer. So that's the first trick to tell the difference. The second one is actually how the leaves grow. So on a pothos, and this is on all pothos that I've got actually, so it's obviously a common thing, is that new leaves come from the stem, and well, all leaves come from the stem, but they sort of emerge from another leaf. So if you have a look here, I don't actually have any new leaves on this one at the minute, so we'll use this bit here as an example. So as you can see, this new stem has emerged from the bottom of this leaf, and the new leaf will emerge here and it will grow out. And the only other thing that's missing to do with these leaves is that they don't have cataphyls. Now I'll show you what a cataphyl is on the other thing, on the other philodendron. And cataphyls are the little sheaths almost that you get on some plants where the new leaf has emerged from. You don't have them on pothos because it emerges from the same leaf. These little brown speckly bits on there and on there that you can see are what would have been the remnants of a cataphyl, but because it's just, it's still part of that stem, so it's not really classed as a cataphyl. So it's a bit of an interesting one, pothos, but there you go. So I'm hoping to get some new leaves on this one, and you can see if I hold it right up to the camera, there is a sort of stripy line up the middle, and that is a new leaf within that stem that's getting ready to pop out. So that is a Neon Pothos. Then over here, this is the Philodendron Lemon Lime. So this is the one that I got from plants.com online a couple of days ago, maybe about a week ago now. So it's still got a bit of the travelling soil all over it, as the stems seem really delicate on this, so I'm a bit worried about shaking it, and it will go as it gets watered and it will just fall off eventually, so it's fine, and it's not damaging it at all, it's not doing anything. So as you can see on this, and we'll use, let's find a good leaf, this one as an example. So look, just move that one out of the way a little bit. Here we go. So you have a look at this leaf. It is almost a perfect heart shape. And if you compare it to this one, and I would say that they're about the same maturity, those two leaves, they're roughly the same size on the plant, if you like, but the pothos is a lot more elongated and a lot more sort of oval or elliptical, sort of stretched in the heart shape. So there's the difference in the two leaves. Now, again, on here, the best way to tell a philodendron from a pothos is how the new leaves grow. So this is a new leaf that's about to come through up here. And as you can see, it isn't emerging from the stem. The stem is separate, and sorry, the petiole is completely separate, and this is emerging from the actual stem. So this will pop out, and then it will grow another stem off up there for a new leaf. And this little thing here is the cataphyll, which is the cover that is currently still on this leaf, that when the leaf pops out, it will dry out and eventually fall off. But it tends to stay on there a little while, just until the plant's completely done with it. As I think, and don't quote me on this, that is how the plant photosynthesizes until this leaf is fully out. So it does it through that, and then obviously once the leaf is out, it doesn't need it and it dries and it falls off. So they're the main differences. But as you can see, there is still some quite interesting colour variations on this. So this leaf down here is actually quite dark, and that's almost getting to the colour of my golden pothos, which is really dark. But yeah, almost, it's getting there, which is interesting. And there you go, look, this huge leaf. So that's the main differences between those two, and I think once they are next to each other, you can really see the difference in the two plants. The third plant that everybody gets confused in this is a Philodendron Moonlight. I do have a really tiny baby version of this, which isn't much good to show you anything other than that it's the same colour at the minute, because the leaves aren't developed enough. So I can't really show you the difference on that. But that one is a climbing, well, they're all climbing, but it's sort of an upright pothos, and an upright philodendron. So it grows in a slightly different way. It grows more like an imperial red or Prince of Orange or a pink princess or any of those type of ones if you've seen them. It grows like that, and it is a completely different plant, and it becomes huge if you let it grow straight up. So that is those two. By all means, let me know if you've got any questions, any more comparisons that you want to do. I'm going to run through another couple today and try and get the videos out this week so you guys can see. And as always, if you like my videos and you find them informative and would like some more, let me know. Give us a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you all again in the next video.